All right, in this video, we're going to talk about how to deal with injuries without losing your mind. We're going to specifically talk about building resilience through setbacks, injuries, and life's challenges. So life really has a way of throwing curveballs at you at any moment, unexpected injuries, setbacks, and challenges that test really not only our physical strength, but our mental fortitude as well.
I can't do this anymore, man. My head's about to explode. My whole life sucks. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. My dad just died. We just killed Bambi. I'm out here getting my ass kicked, and every time I drive down the road, I want to jerk the wheel into a goddamn bridge embankment.
So at the center of recovery is really having the resilience to overcome adversity and different obstacles. But what exactly is resilience and how can you cultivate it during difficult times? In this video, we'll really touch on the psychology of resilience and how it can help empower you and face adversity head on. So really, what is resilience? And resilience is the ability to adapt, maintain focus, and grow in the face of adversity. It's not about avoiding pain or struggle, but it's about finding the right way to navigate through it. So as Robert Frost said, the only way out is through. And that's really true with injury recovery, and for individuals facing orthopedic injuries or chronic pain, resilience really means managing that physical discomfort, that emotional distress, and the massive uncertainty that accompanies any sort of recovery. So whether it's a torn ACL, a dislocated shoulder, or chronic low back pain, the physical pain is really only half the battle. The real challenge lies in overcoming the mental hurdles, staying motivated, and really rebuilding that confidence. And the good news is that resilience is not a fixed trait. It's a dynamic process shaped by biological, psychological, and social factors, and you can absolutely build on it.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
So in this video, we'll talk about the three major pillars to forge resilience. We'll talk about practical strategies to build and sustain resilience throughout injury recovery and other chronic issues or challenges. So the first major pillar is mindset mastery. Really, a belief in your own ability to overcome challenges can significantly impact how you handle setbacks.
I say you can do it.
And so there are two really foundational psychology tools that form a strong mindset. Number one is accept the reality of the setback. So being able to understand what is and what is not in your control is extremely powerful.
Stop it. Get some help.
And this can help reduce the frustration and build emotional resilience throughout your journey. So really the ability to expect setbacks, accept them, as well as use them as opportunities to really reassess and adjust your approach. We have a separate video up here on the acceptance and commitments therapy. You can check that out if you're interested. And the second major psychology tool behind this is CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. And that's really the ability to reframe setbacks and really to reframe them as detours rather than dead ends. And really the resilience is about perspective. While setbacks are undeniably difficult, they can also be opportunities for growth. And in both of these tools, it's really trying to view recovery as more of a journey that can transform your mindset.
Oh my God! Wow!
So another really powerful psychology tool, in addition to the foundational ones we just mentioned, is having a growth mindset, viewing setbacks and opportunities as growth rather than failures. So you can check out Carol Dweck's book called Mindset if you're interested in diving in further, but it's really a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset and can really help you deal with various setbacks. And another key pillar within mindset mastery is really positive self-talk. So trying to replace those negative thoughts that you may have with empowering affirmations to really stay motivated.
I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap of nobody.
You really see all that?
Yeah, man.
And so another great tool within mindset mastery is visualization techniques. So really mentally rehearsing successful movements and trying to build that confidence with visualization before you actually try that movement. And you can check out our video here on the visualization techniques that we recommend. So the second major pillar of forging resilience throughout your recovery journey is really setting goals and creating systems. So in general, goals are great, but you really need systems in order to achieve them. And we'll touch on both here.
I generally come in at least 15 minutes late. I use the side door. That way Lumberg can't see me. And after that, I just sort of space out for about an hour.
So when setting your goals throughout recovery, you can start with what's called SMART goals. So these are what's called specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals to really track your progress and stay on course. So as an example of making a SMART goal and then making it relevant to injury recovery, it would be something like setting a specific goal. So I want to walk half a mile without using my crutches. Next would be to make it measurable. So I'll make it measurable by setting a distance, say half a mile, that I want to walk without using the aid of crutches. Next would be, is it achievable? So based on my current rehab plan and my progress and my PT's guidance, is this realistic and achievable? Next would be, is it relevant? So walking without crutches is an important milestone in making recovery progress and independence, so it's extremely relevant. And lastly, make it time bound. So I will aim to get off these crutches in 6 weeks. So that's a good example of of SMART goal as it relates to injury recovery and making it specific. So in addition to SMART goals, you have other types of goals that you can set, which are certain things like micro goals. So these include things like celebrating small milestones, certain things like increased range of motion, or even just decrease pain. Other similar things like that can fall under the micro goal category to help really maintain motivation and keep up that discipline and consistency. And so a quick note on that as we touch on our overcoming unexpected setbacks video here is that you want to maintain that mental flexibility, because recovery is not always linear. So if anything happens or you have a setback, you want to maintain that mental flexibility as to not get overwhelmed if you don't get off crutches in, say, 6 weeks.
No! No! No!
You can have that flexibility, but in general, obviously pursue that goal, but just have that in the back of your mind as well. So as we touched on earlier, you obviously have your SMART goals or your micro goals, but in addition to that, you want to work on creating your systems in order to stay consistent and achieve those goals. So you can have daily systems throughout your routine, and a few examples of those would be creating small habits like implementing gratitude journaling, a few minutes of reflective thought and breathing exercises, or just getting outside in nature and taking a walk to try and calm your mind. So various other systems you can implement throughout your day to help you stay consistent and achieve those goals. Other tangible day-to-day systems that you might include in your day to stay consistent are things like laying out your PT clothes the night before or making your lunch the night before.
How about your favorite food? What would that be?
Oh, milk steak.
What?
Milk steak.
These small, tangible tips really help you stay consistent and take the stress out of having to do things last minute. Other great examples within those systems are things that you can tap into, like accountability partners. So you can lean on coaches, physical therapists, fellow athletes. You can even lean on your friends for support, or even coworkers. So it's really having that accountability and creating those systems or partners to help you stay consistent. In addition to those other small systems and habits, as well as accountability partners, you can also use things like progress tracking tools or mood boards to see how far you've come. Really, these are just tangible reminders of growth and can really help reinforce and encourage you along your journey. And so another great tool to implement when creating your systems is really to try and find the humor in the hard moments, to seek out that laughter and that lighter side of recovery. So stuff like laughing at small mishaps or embracing humor can really provide a much needed mental reset and provide some emotional relief as you're going through it. So our various workbooks, journals, greeting cards linked here really help to implement that humor and that lightheartedness throughout the journey, so check them out. And so the third major pillar when looking at trying to forge resilience is really looking at the emotional resilience and support factors. So you have coping mechanisms, the things that can help you cope with the frustration and anxiety, things like mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or various other elements under those categories that can really help you deal and reframe with those various thoughts and emotions. And so really a valuable tool in emotional resilience and that support is trying to build a support network. So whether that's connecting with teammates, family members, friends, mental performance coaches, or just general emotional support, as always, you can find on the Bounce Back app. But that's a huge support system to really lean on and find people that either going through similar things or have things that they can share from their experiences to help you on the mental side. With various injuries, challenges, and setbacks, you don't have to face these alone, and a lot of people have been through similar issues before. So whether it's friends or family, either a local community or online forum, people have really experienced same struggles as you and really can shed light on what worked for them and help kind of dilute that emotional load. Lastly, if you're having a really difficult time and none of these tools are really helping you, obviously you can seek professional support, whether that's a sports psychologist or other various psychologists that can really help you overcome those mental blocks and those fears.
Frank, this is a safe place. It's a place where we can feel free sharing our feelings.
So while injuries and setbacks may slow you down physically, they don't have to stop you. Resilience can really be your superpower and really help you emerge stronger, more resilient, more self-aware, and really understand how much adversity you can overcome. By really focusing on that perspective, reframing thoughts, looking at various growth mindset tactics, and really cultivating those strategies can really not only help you recover, but thrive. And really, recovery isn't just about getting back to normal. It's really about discovering your inner strength, the strength of resilience, building upon it, and trying to find the best version of yourself. And a lot of times after injury, you'll come back and look at it fondly and see how much you've grown. So if there's anything that helped you along the way, or any sort of resilience types of tricks, tips, anything that helped you, throw those in the comments. And as always, if this video was helpful, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.